fairly familiar sight, and in fact we tested the manual version just a month ago. Yeah, the Suzuki Swift Sport, this time in automatic. Looking really resplendent in what Suzuki terms speedy blue. I think it suits a Swift Sport as well, doesn't it? You've got, of course, the carbon fiber look-alike effect on the lip spoiler on the front over here, just to give it that mean little look. You've got the fog lights over here as well. So all of it telling you this is a pretty mean little car. Of course, to your lovely low-profile mag wheels over here and your 16 inches lowered, you can see the carbon fiber trim effect even across the bottom. Slightly lowered, slightly hunkered down, which gives, of course, that improved road holding that we know the Sport can give you. The standard Swift design of the handles right up top on the back doors into back seats, which give you pretty decent legroom in the back these days as well. No complaints about that, although you could be a little bit claustrophobic with the Sport seats with the tombstone effect headrests on them over there, but not bad space at all, of course. You come around to the rear of the car, and there's lots of little extra features. Your standard boot, 230 litres of space, of course, and you've got a space saver spare wheel underneath. Your rear seat split 2/3, 1/3. This is all standard. But what's not quite so standard, of course, is the spoiler up top over here. Down to the diffuser effect over there, and check those two mean big bore rear exhausts. Just telling you, this, of course, is a Sport. Powered by the 1.4 litre turbo petrol engine, 103 kilowatts, 230 newton meters of torque. It's got quite a bit of oomph in it. But this is the auto version. We showed you the manual, we showed you everything on the features on the Swift Sport in the last video. So let's just focus really on the differences with the automatic from the inside and from the driver's seat. Starting on the interior, and it's exactly the same, obviously, as the manual version, but I've got to show you a figure over there, and I must say that is a little bit of a concern for me on this car. 340 kilometers on this test so far. Fuel economy 7.9 litres per 100. Now, let's put it in context. This is the Sport. It's got the power of the Sport. It's got the performance of the Sport. So yes, it's a lot of fun. And I have been using the acceleration, especially away from robots, pull-off, etc., where yes, you do use that 103 kilowatts and you play with it a lot. And you've got flappy pedals to play with as well if you really do want, especially through twisties and things like that. Must mention on the launch, I did drive the auto version around the Red Star Raceway as well, and you can absolutely use the pedals when you are driving it in that kind of style. Lots of fun. But 7.9, knowing Suzuki's, that's quite a high figure in my book, and I'm kind of wondering about that. I didn't drive as an economy cruise, no, but I still thought it would be slightly lower than that. But you know what? Sometimes it's the price you pay for a bit of extra fun. Other than that, exactly the same as the manual version. The steering wheel, the controls, the cruise control, all of those things are there. You've got your push button stop start and your keyless entry and go. You've got your touch screen with, of course, the mirror linking, etc., that you don't have navigation, but you can use it in as it works standardly. Then, of course, the difference, again, you come down over here to your 6-speed automatic gearbox. Standard, just reverse drive neutral as you would expect, and of course when you're going to reverse you get your reverse camera popping onto the center screen over there, all exactly as you would expect. The gearbox itself, let's talk there because that's what's the difference here. Smooth, comfortable, easy when you're cruising. You want to put your foot down, you do feel the shifts, but that's not a problem again in the sense that it's when you're really wanting to push on a little bit. And do you mind when you feel the shifts in those circumstances? I certainly wouldn't. Again, a choice only you can make. I was very keen to test the automatic version against the manual because I've said so many times in the past my preference for automatics in today's life, in today's driving, in today's world. And yes, it is definitely much, much easier to drive an automatic if you're commuting. But this is one where I think back and I must say I'm missing the manual, because the Swift Sport is a sport as opposed to a lot of others that pretend to be. The hardened, tightened lower suspension, the extra bit of handling, the tiny little steering wheel, features like that that make this a sporty little car. Is it compromised by an automatic gearbox? It depends on what usage you're going to have. Where do you do most of your driving? If it's daily commute, this is the one. If it's for playing with and getting time to play, then I would say the manual could very easily be a great option. Entirely up to you. At 337,000 Rand for the automatic version, it's difficult to find competition and competitors in this little mini category. It is a very specialized little niche of the market all of its own. So it's entirely up to you. 4-year, 60,000 kilometer service plan comes as standard. Suzuki are giving a 5-year, 200,000 kilometer warranty these days. All add up to a lot of car and a lot of fun for your money. The Swift Sport is a great buy. It always will be. Manual, automatic, I leave that to you. For Motor Matters, I'm Alan R, and I'll see you next time.